I was drawn to a career in education research for a couple different reasons, but I'll say the primary reason and experience was related to my time as a high school math teacher, which was my first job when I graduated college. And I had the opportunity to teach at an alternative high school, which was essentially the last school in the district for students who had difficulties at their home school. And this experience really introduced me to some amazing young people who were brilliant, but just really needed a different kind of support. And then while in graduate school, having the opportunity to work at a community college and at another university where I was providing academic support and working with students who had math anxiety and math phobia. And those experiences, coupled with my high school teaching experience, really propelled me to pursue a career in education and ultimately education research. Well, one of the things that I often do is I go back to the personal statements that I wrote when I was applying to graduate school and my doctoral program. And I think that really helped reground me as I was nearing the end of my education training. And rereading those statements just reminded me, one, of who I was, who I am, but also why I was pursuing a degree and thinking about my life as someone who would be in service of others through education. When you're in graduate school, you'll have all kinds of experiences, you'll read all kinds of theories, you'll be exposed to all kinds of scholarship, and you can sometimes lose yourself. And it's helpful to sort of go back to the beginning of it all, just to remind yourself why you chose graduate school and what you hope to do upon completing your degree. I had the good fortune of developing a really strong friend group while pursuing my doctorate. And we committed to each other to be a resource and a support while we were in graduate school. And that has continued well beyond graduate school. I've known these individuals for the better part of 20 years, and they continue to be a source of support both professionally and personally. And we regularly get in contact and have fellowship and lean on each other. And so when things get rough, that's the community that I go back to. One, they remind me who I am, why I'm doing this work. Two, many of them are academics, so they know this walk, they know this pathway very intimately. And then three, it's just a great opportunity to kind of reconnect and to support each other when we need it. So leaning on your cohorts, leaning on your friend groups will be especially important during challenging times. I would say Greg Dimitriadis's book, Friendship, Cliques, and Gangs, published in 2003. And it was the first ethnography that I read, and I really appreciated Greg's sensitivity and his carefulness in researching the lives of the two protagonists in this text. And he just really had a way of conveying the complexity of their lives, but also being thoughtful and generous and sensitive to their narratives. And it really gave me a frame for how to think about my own work with African American males, boys in particular. And so I'd say that text was pretty life-changing in a lot of ways, but also just really helped me think about the ways in which I might take up my own research and scholarship. I would say the Early College High School Initiative. I had the opportunity to serve as a research assistant for several years while a doc student, working alongside Dr. Michael Nekla, who at the time was a professor at Harvard University. And the Early College High School project really opened my eyes to the different pathways of education for young people who might not have access to post-secondary education. And just being able to interview students who were pursuing both their high school diplomas while also taking college courses really helped me to understand their motivation, the possibilities for them, but also the challenges they had to navigate in existing in multiple education worlds. But also just having the chance to travel the country and engage students from various walks of life.